Well, hello and welcome back to the channel. Welcome to Classic Performance. And today on Classic Performance, because we're nearing the 4th of July, it's celebration of Independence Day, what better way to do so than celebrate with America's sports car, the Corvette. I'll also celebrate with Neighbor Rich. I've got my Neighbor Rich t-shirt on. Neighbor Rich up in PA. He's a Corvette fanatic just like we are. And salute to Neighbor Rich. If you don't know who Neighbor Rich is, Instagram, Neighbor Rich 717. So go check Neighbor Rich out, and hope you're having a good 4th of July too, Rich. All right, so let's take a look at the 1967 Corvette. And what we have here is a 67 Corvette in Tuxedo black with a stinger, side pipes, tinted windows, L79 327. And I'll tell you a little bit about a 1967 Corvette. They were produced from September of 1966 through July of 1967. Total production was just about 23,000 of them, and only 8,500 of them were coupes. And in Tuxedo black, that is the rarest color that you could get on a Corvette, and there's only 815 of these in 1967 that were painted Tuxedo black. And I'll tell you a couple other things about the 1967 Corvette, and what made it special is, of course, the Stinger hood. Everybody knows this is the only year you could get a Stinger hood on a 1967 Corvette. Almost has a cowl induction hood back here and a front-facing scoop. Only year for the rally wheels right here, rally wheels and redline tires, and of course the factory side pipe exhaust systems. They came on several years, 65 through 67, and then also 68 and 69, a little different with the square tip instead of the round. So those are a couple things that are unique to a 67. Also, these gills right here, you've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 openings in there, and these shark gills were 67 only. The earlier ones had a wider shark gill, but the small vents right here, the 4 vents with the 5 openings, were only in 67. A couple other things in 1967 that makes this car special is they did away with the Corvette badge right here. They did away with the side fender emblem, and they would also have the 396 or 427 call outs on it if it was that. And in the back end, a couple other things to note that are unique to a 67 is your 2 rear taillights. They moved the backup light right to the center right here, and then now you've got 2 taillights instead of a backup light and a taillight. So you got 2 taillights on each side, and the backup lights have been moved to the center position here. So that's unique to a 67 only. Also, the gas cap here, instead of the medallion, it's body color with the cross flag emblems. 67 only. And also, what you might not know, Corvette Sting Ray. Sting Ray as 2 words. This was the last year for Sting Ray. When you went to 68, it would be Sting Ray in script in 1 word. Also, redline tires. You see redline tires on a lot of cars. The only car that came from the factory with redline tires in the mid-year Corvettes, 63 through 67, the only year that you could get a redline tire is on a 67 Corvette. The 66s, you could get a gold pinstripe. And then all the other years before that, it was either a white wall or a black wall. Of course, you could get the 3/8 white wall on this car, the black wall, or the red line. This car has the red lines, and red lines are correct for 67 only. Also, this has all the original glass on it. This is the soft ray. I don't know if you can see that here or not, but the soft ray, soft dash ray glass, tempered glass, is etching on every one of these pieces of glass right here. So this car has all the original glass in it. The windshield's never been replaced. I'll tell you a couple other things too about the 67. We'll take a look on the inside. Unique to a 67 only is the center pull brake. Now you might think, well, they didn't have center pull brakes. And this car has the original interior. It's a vinyl, original door panels, original carpet, original seats. But you can see the center pull brake right here. 67 only. And in 67 or prior to 67, your brake handle would have been right here. You'd have pulled it out just like on a a 65 or 66, 67 Mustang, which I believe was over here, but you had a under dash pull emergency brake, but now relocated right here to the center. The interior changed a little bit in previous years. The door panels, they're about the same. We'll just go over the inside for a little bit. Of course, got your horn, you got your headlights right here. This switch, which is like a power window switch for the headlights, you pull it and push it, and that rotates the headlights around. You could turn your lights on like this, and the headlights would not come on because you had to manually rotate them. Hood release, trip meter reset, your wipers, your lights, turn signals, and they moved the flasher. You can see the flashers right here. They moved the flasher to the stock in 67. So anyway, you got air vents on either side right here, which control the footwell vents. Great storage back here in the back, and then the visors have a little recess in the headliner right here too, which came about in the 67 era. Let's take a look under the hood. I'll pull the hood release. And I mentioned to you, this car has the L79 327. So this is the first 327 high performance motor that came with a hydraulic camshaft. Earlier motors would have had, it's hot out here too, it's summer and you're in the south, but the earlier motors had solid lifter cams, required a lot more maintenance, valve adjustments and that sort of thing. This car here has the L79 327, which is the high horsepower 327, and it has a couple unique features to it I'll show you. It has the Corvette script valve covers right here. Corvette script valve covers were unique to the L79 motor. Also, the Winters aluminum intake. All the high-po cars had aluminum intakes. The other cars with the base engine had cast iron. So this is the 350 horse 327 L79, and the way you can tell a Winters intake, and Winters was a casting company that made high-performance aluminum intake castings for General Motors, and it was the Winters foundry and casting. So even though it's a GM part number and everything else, it still has, you can see right there, right here, it has a snowflake, and that's the Winters insignia, snowflake. So anyway, it's a General Motors part, but it's made by the Winters foundry. So this car has the Winters intake on it, and just a basic no power steering, no power brakes, just a 327 4-speed car. So anyway, that's a tour under the hood, and you might be wondering about the Stinger hood as well. Stinger hood was mandatory and came on every 427 car, but you could get this hood optionally on a small block car. It's also said too that some of the flat hoods that they were low on production, and they put the Stinger hood on some of the 327 cars. So it's hard to tell if this was optional without a tank sticker, whether or not this hood came on this car or was an option. But we tend to think that this is an optional hood without the call-outs on the side. If you had a Stinger hood on a 327 car, you didn't have the call-outs. If this was a 427 car, you'd have the 427 call-outs right here. So the thing that everybody loves about these mid-year Corvettes with side pipes is you like to hear them. Now we're going to take this car for a drive in a later video, but let's just hop in it right now and we'll start it up and let you listen to the factory side pipes. And you also might notice that this car has a Hearse shifter. If I can get down here and take a look at it, it says Hurst right here. It's got the old white cue ball. Push the clutch in here. So this car would have come with a chrome ball and a T handle that you would pull up with your fingers to unlock or release the linkage to go into reverse. That's the reverse lockout on the original car shifter. This Hurst right here has a lockout that you just have to push it over. You see right there? You have to just pop it and it goes into reverse. So that's not in reverse, that is reverse. So that's how you get a Hearse shifter in the reverse. You just have to pop it over. It doesn't have the lockout. Anyway, let's fire it up and we'll take a listen to the side exhaust.